Okay, so this is a continuation of the fuel pump. I left off this morning and I was putting a used fuel pump in. So I did. I put used fuel pump in. I cleaned up the bolts all the way around, and then two of them really didn't have much of a bite with an 8mm. So I used a vice grip and spun them on, and you put a used gasket that I had with a used pump and two new fuel clamps. They're supposed to have fuel injection clamps, but I decided it came with these regular clamps. Why do I have to put them on? So I hooked the wires up. I just put about 1.5 gallons into fuel. It's all cleaned out. It's just sitting here, and nothing special. Power to the pump, and then I waiting on the fuel filter. So I know you shouldn't do this, but I did it. So I rigged a system until I get a new fuel. Oh, let me get a flashlight. Until I get a new fuel filter. So let's see what we did here. So okay, I got this beautiful system going here, and you might laugh at, but hold on, I gotta get under the truck a little bit. Okay, that's what we got right there. Let me get a flashlight that's not messing me up too much. There we go. So I replaced the fuel line here with these are the fuel injection clamps. It's just a round clamp. Just a solid round clamp. Amazon, I got them. I guess they work a little better. And then I took a fuel filter from my John Deere tractors, those replaceable ones, in line, and then I just took another piece of line, put it from A to B, and this stupid light is on me too. And that's better. Then I put a fuel line from here to here. So basically, when I get the new filter and just pop it in and be done. So that's that. That's a rigged system, and that's where the fuel filter is supposed to go. And the rest of the lines look pretty decent. So we're gonna give it a start, and then we'll see how it works out, okay? Sorry about all that noise, this, that, the other thing. So, shut off my light. All my fuel clamps, a whole bunch of extra ones. Then regular hose clamps, fuel clamp, everything. I got a little bit of everything going on. So, here we are under here, and here's where I did all my fuel tests. We don't need to do that anymore. We know we have fuel pump. We know we have fuel pump power there. We know this pump worked because I used it before. So I'm just trying to put away a couple tools and create a little attention so people are interested in what's going on. Now this thing, let's see what goes on. So let's turn the key and let's turn it off again. Okay, so here we go. Here's the fuel gauge. So it jumped up a little bit. So it does have, so it might actually, well, this fuel sender did, yes, it did work. But I still think there's a cluster problem. Because one thing is you turn it on and the fuel, look at the oil pressure, it pins it. Look at that, it pins. Voltage is barely anything. The clock don't work, but I think the fuel gauge works. Temperature can't work because whoever decided, I'll show you underneath, whoever decided to do that up, give me a minute, let me start this up for a second. Let's see what it sounds like, hopefully. So we got power, obviously, not in gear, it's on the stands. Let's give her hell. Aha. So you hear her running out the tailpipe. Look at that baby.